G'day guys, my name's Robbie from Get Fishing. Today we're going to show you how to catch some beach worms. What you need to catch beach worms is three things. A set of beach worming pliers, a stocking and some old pillies, and that's it. Okay, let's go get some. Alright guys, that's what we call a pink-head beach worm. Really long and skinny, almost as long as your body. Bring him in for a closer look. So that's them there. These pink heads you've really got to take your time with. You would have noticed that I grabbed him with one hand, dug down a bit, grabbed him with my other hand, pulling slowly. You don't want to rush these pink heads because you'll snap them straight off. So yeah, that's it. Perfect whiting bait, great for brim, beautiful off the beach. Can't get any better than that. Buy fresh bait. Alright guys, so a few things I want to explain. It's not quite as easy as having your three tools, pliers, your pillies and your stocking. When you're worming, you want to try and get the worms furthest up the beach so you're not right down in the surf zone getting splashed. So wash your stinky in the water and look for the worms that are closest to you and then target them first. In southern New South Wales there's two types of worms. You've got green heads and pink heads. Your green heads are a stocky, stronger worm. They're not as long but they're really thick. Your pink heads, they're a lot longer worm and they're really delicate. It's quite easy to rip the heads off. So to be able to identify the two different worms before you go and target them will help you out a lot. So I'll try and catch you an example of each of these and then I can explain it after that. Okay, so what we do, push your pillies all the way down to the end of your stocking. You want to wave it back and forth in the surf zone, as wide as you can. Get a big sweep of the foreshore. So here we go. There we go, big green head there. Hold on to him pretty tight, but not too tight. And dig, just chase him down. Once you've got a good grip, pliers in your pocket, dig down and get another purchase with your right hand. Just trying to get away from me. Get some sand in between your hand and the worm. There you go. That's what I was talking about, a green head. See how thick he is, but look how short he is. He's only a foot long. Really thick and strong. These ones you can almost rip out of the water one foul go. Compare this one, green head, to a pink head. Look at the difference in length. But also look at the difference in thickness. The green head is a lot thicker than the pink head. See the green head? It's more of a white with a little bit of pink around the edges. And a green as well. It's really thick. Whereas the pink head is a delicate little head. It's actually covered in blood so it's hard to see. He's been damaged. So it's probably not a good example now. We'll try and get you another one. Yeah, look at that, great bait. Let's get a few more. Okay, so what you want to do when you're waving the stinky back and forward, you're basically looking for a little head popping up out of the sand. Where its head is, you'll see a V in the water as the water flushes out. So don't bother waving the stinky as the water's coming up. Once the water's reached its peak and starts receding, that's when you sweep. As the water's going out, you'll see the worms come up, you'll see a V off its head. Go and situate yourself next to the worm, not above it, not facing down into the water. You want to face right or left foot forward and the other foot up the beach. Position the worm in between your feet, about here. You can see that. Then you can comfortably get down with one hand, squeeze your stinky in the water as the water's receding above it, and present the stinky just above the sand. And that way it allows the worm to come up out of the sand and grab onto it, gives you just enough space to get your pliers underneath the head and grab hold of him. I'll try and show you in a demonstration just here now. I've got a big one right here, come in. Just come and get a close up of this. You want to present your stinky to them just off the ground. Get your pliers in. He's about to go. No, he's still there. He's really hungry, this one. Still there. Get your pliers in under his head. And grab him. And then dig. Don't pull too hard. Let him go a little bit. A bit more. Get a hand around him with some sand. And hold him there. Next hand. We'll dig down further. Another handful of sand and worm at the same time, and slowly pull him out. Slowly, slowly. Look at that. Another green hair. A lot easier to catch. Great bait. Another little trick, guys, is get these plastic beach worming pliers. I'm not sure what brand they are. Wilson they might be, I'm not sure. You want to cut an inch to half an inch off the end of one. See that, how I've cut the end off? The way they come in the packet, both ends meet. So when you go to grab the worm, the ends are touching and you can't actually get a good purchase on the worm and they'll slip straight through. Cut a centimetre or two off the end, and when you grab them you can get a really good grip. You don't want to squeeze them to death because you'll rip their heads off or you'll crush them and kill them. You want to give them a really good firm grip. So cut that end off, guys, that's a good tip. Okay, green head, this one. Grab him. Get right in here. You see what I'm doing? Try and get some of that water out so you can see it. It's starting to slip here actually. Another nice digging. Another grip on him. Slowly pull, just really gently, and then they pop basically. Don't force them unless they pop. Once you feel their legs go, then you can pull them out. But just gently edge them out until they go. Another one. Alright guys, worked our way up the beach here. We've got this nice, fluffy, clean sand. There's no water in it. It's nice and soft. On a hot day, scrape the surface off. Today, it's not a hot day, but I'll show you for example one. There we go. Dig a bit of a hole here. Tip your worms in. Now you've got your worms in your hole. You want to get some of this light fluffy sand, some of the cool sand you scraped off before. Put about an inch or two in the bottom of your bucket. Just like that. You want to grab your worms one by one, lightly coat them in sand, like you're breadcrumbing some fish. There you go. You don't want to handle them too roughly, just really gently. So you can see he's still alive. Place them on top of the sand, just like that. That's it. Okay, this is important, this bit. Once you've got your worms lightly coated, sitting on top of the fluffy sand, you want to put a little layer just above them. Probably about an inch. Let's get some of this sand here, this light fluffy stuff. Just gently pour it over top of them. See that? Shake it over top of them so you just cover them. Not even an inch, you can just see them through the sand. And that's it. Grab your pippies, put them on top, and that's it. So when you get home, you've got it under the house bit where it's nice and cool, the cool area of your house, that's where you want to keep it. If you don't, you might want to get an ice bottle out of the fridge, put it next to your worms, just to keep them cool. You don't want to put them in the fridge because you'll kill them if it's too cold. And that's it, beach worming. It's really easy. Might take you 6 or 7 goes at it, but eventually you'll get there. It's a bit of an art form. Once you catch 2 or 3, you'll get the hang of it.
And that's about all I can tell you. It's up to you now to get fishing, get down there in the water yourself, get your feet wet, take your missus down or your kids, go and have a bit of fun on the beach. And that's it.